Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews where I bring you review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today, finally talking about a video game. I've been on like a movie roll, and I probably will still be reviewing a lot of movies in the future. But right now, today, we're talking about a game called Immortals Fenyx Rising, one of the newest games from Ubisoft. You know, they make games like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and Far Cry. Yeah. And honestly, I haven't played any of those games in so long. Assassin's Creed to me hasn't been entertaining or good since the Ezio collection. Watch Dogs I've never really been that interested in, and it doesn't have the greatest reviews either, especially the newest one. And Far Cry 5 I want to give a co-op run through sometime, but it's all open world, clear areas shit. You know, Ubisoft has the same formula that's in every single game. And Immortals Fenyx Rising is supposed to be the difference maker, the true like they actually put their like passion into this game. This game actually had some heart into it, unique ideas, creativeness, and all that. And basically, if you don't know about this game, it has one the worst title of a video game ever. It used to be called Gods and Monsters, and now it's Immortals Fenyx Rising. So that alone takes a point off the score. No cap. And because that is just probably the worst name of a game I've ever heard, besides Returnal. That's a pretty terrible name for a game. Um, Shout out to my cat, probably sleeping. And yeah, Immortals Fenyx Rising is your Breath of the Wild looking esque, kind of plays esque. I've never played Breath of the Wild, but that's what everyone compares it to. Because in this game, you have the art style kind of like a Breath of the Wild mixed with a Fortnite kind of look. It's not as pretty as a Breath of the Wild, that's for sure, but it is pretty. And I don't know, like honestly, gonna be honest with you guys, this game got a little overhyped for me on the reviews I watched. It's still good. It is the best Ubisoft game in recent years, but that's because Ubisoft games are terrible to me. They're below fives. They're below average games. They're AR average, and they're so average they're below average. Immortals Fenyx Rising is above average. It is a good game, but it still has a lot of these Ubisoft flaws to me and things that I wish I kind of realized were so prevalent and weren't kind of like brushed off just because it's a better Ubisoft game. So people gave it a lot more credit than it kind of deserved online. Though, if you do like what you see or you like what I'm explaining to you, like you know, you probably either already got the game, heard about the game. I'm just kind of recommending not buying it at full price because that's kind of what I did, and I thought it would be worth it. I played 30 hours of the game. I didn't finish it. I have not finished it. I don't plan to finish it because I'm just tired of the game. It's like an open world game that I'm tired of playing because I'm just doing the same shit over and over in a sense. I mean, you are doing different things. Like what's the game set up as? You got your main character, Phoenix, and you go onto this island, and there's like you got the main villain Typhon, and he's taking these four gods essence. I don't know, and you got to get their souls back by doing kind of like their myths, basically, and bringing them back to life, or not bringing them back to life, but turning them from one creature into the gods that they were, goddesses. And I've done all four of the gods, and that was really fun. And doing the story missions themselves, even though it's a very open world game in the sense that it just literally throws you out there, and you can do any of the four areas, the main four areas, in any order that you want, which I thought that was really cool and dope. Um, but at the same time, they're all kind of relatively the same. I hated that people were coming off telling me that the game isn't like a copy paste Assassin's Creed game, and it's not. It's nowhere in the game is it really copy and pasted. Like things like it's. I would say the biggest appeal of the game is the map itself. Every area is very uniquely designed. You'll never see repeats of too many things. Um, everything is very unique, and it's very much into Greek mythology. It's all Greek. Forgot to mention like Prometheus and Zeus are narrating the whole game, and I even think that got over exaggerated a bit. People were talking about how Prometheus and Zeus wouldn't shut up the entire game, and like you could walk into a cave and they start narrating you walking into a cave. That's not true at all. That was such a false thing. I can't believe I saw that in some reviews. They only talk when they like you like walk into an area that is representative of a past like mythology, mythos, a story. It's still comical. The humor in this game is very hit or miss. It's kind of cringy, but it's also kind of for kids. It's kind of like a 12-year-old story in a sense. I would say like a I don't know like a heroic like go get 'em story. You could do this story mixed in with the I had to look outside real quick. Mixed in with like I said, the mythos of Greek, and the story for me wasn't terrible, but it definitely didn't motivate me to keep going. Um, I will never remember a single thing that was ever said in this game's story, and I don't think anyone ever will. I think it's just satisfactory enough. It gives you a few giggles and laughs, and it also gives you a few cringes. It's just very childish, and it's not like bad. Like I said, it's what they're going for. And I usually like childish things. I like Kingdom Hearts, man, but this was just boring to me after 30 hours of it. It's kind of the same humor the entire game. I don't know. That's just how the game overall got for me. The first like 20 hours of this game. Maybe I should have stopped doing side shit. But this game is like just littered with shit on the map. And yeah, you don't like ping everything and go to each waypoint. Like you can actually see things in the distance and glide to them, Zelda style. And you can climb things like Zelda style with stamina and all that. That's why it's like Zelda, Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I did like the fact that you could look around and see things glowing or sparkling, and you kind of knew what it was, like a treasure to go to, and you went to it and could do it. But then it's just like there's so much, and it constantly made me sidetracked. And it is good in a sense that it makes you like you want to clear the map without making you clear the map. But like at the same time, I'm just tired of doing puzzles because this game is broken down into like what two parts. Like I said, I talked about the story already, the writing, whatever. The combat is actually pretty fun, but once you get your kind of like typical like start down on how you're gonna fight each situation, you just do that kind of thing over and over again. Like I use Hephaestus' hammer a lot, and I did mix it up, but this, I don't know, man. The combat is the best part of the game, mixed in with the world. I can't hate on the combat. The skill trees are dope. There's tons of upgrades, and you're constantly feeling good about upgrading because you can upgrade your stamina bar, your health bar, your weapons, your armor, your potions, and how effective they are. And that's all very cool. And I like the Hall of the Gods, the main base in which you do these. The cutscenes there are cool. But again, you end up skipping through them like 20 hours in the game because you've seen them already. You're tired of seeing them. And then, like I said, the other part of the game, next to the cool combat, I can't even really go that deep into combat because it's just good. The combat's good, but you will get tired of it. When you dodge at the perfect time, time slows down. It's really cool. When you hit things with your sword, your stamina meter builds up. When you hit things with your axe, you get their stun on them, adds up. And when you hit their stun, they're stunned for a while. So you got to choose what you want to do, sword or axe, and then like you can kind of build into both later on. And then you also have god powers, which God Power is, like I said, I used Hephaestus' hammer for a while, which is a huge like hammer hit that does a lot of damage, and I really boosted that up and my stamina, my sword. And there's other God powers like the you got like this Athena thing up or Ares thing up, and then you can dash forward. Athena's dash. There's a lot of creative mobility things going on here, and I do respect that, especially into the puzzles. Puzzles are my least favorite thing in this game, and it's not because they're hard. Really, they are a little tricky at first. I thought, but once you kind of get a hang of a few, they're kind of all like relatively similar. But there's just so many of them, and like I said, some of the puzzles, like the strictly like Athena's dungeon puzzle or Ares' dungeon puzzle, was really unique. They were large. It's like an hour long fucking dungeon of puzzles, but it's very unique and very cool. Like I remember cheating the shit out of Ares' dungeon because there was like these floating cubes, and you can get on top of one and like pull the cube towards you underneath you and like push you all the way up in the air and then fly anywhere you wanted in the entire dungeon. That was awesome. That's probably the most thing I'll ever remember from this game because you can break some of these dungeons. You can cheat if you have enough stamina, enough moves, or a certain move in general. A lot of the skill trees will be just damaging moves added over time, but it's also like adding a clone like that. Your Phoenix, your bird will do. I forgot you have a bird named Phoenix, and I really don't know why he's in the story because I don't remember much about him. Besides that, he makes this clone for you, and he helps you in combat as well. He's cool, but has no personality. He's just a fucking bird. Um, Phospho, and he makes this clone for you because there's like pressure plates, puzzles all the time, and you can use him to like cheat certain pressure plate puzzles or like I say, use your dash moves to kind of get where you're not supposed to early on, and it works. It doesn't like it doesn't hold you back. If you can cheat to get to the end, you got there, you got it. Usually, so yeah, I do respect a lot of the creativeness in the puzzles, but there's got to be over 500 puzzles in this fucking game. I am so tired of them. It's not fun anymore. The combat's not fun because I got it down. Nothing can really kill me. I'm bored. But there's just puzzles on top of puzzles on top of like I'm at this point in the game. I'm in like Zeus's mountain, climbing this cold mountain, in which it finally is making you do linear stuff, and it's restricting you, and it's just making me even more bored. And I get it might have some epic conclusion, maybe, or some cool boss fight with the final boss. Typhon is probably the cool final boss. I get it. He's probably cool, but I'm just so tired of puzzles, and I think this game was a little overhyped. And like I said, the puzzles are not hard. They will not make you think that hard, but there are billions of them, and they're everywhere, and they're all rewarding differently, and sometimes they're they're mandatory, and like it's just maybe I shouldn't have done a lot of the side shit. I recommend not doing a lot of the side shit, like just even glowing and collecting things. Just kind of do it enough to survive the story, and then move on and do all that shit after the story, because eventually you become burned out like me, and maybe that's on me. Maybe me playing this game the way I did fucked up, my experience. I don't hate it. Like I said, I think it's a good game. And my final verdict for it, my final verdict for Immortals Fenyx Rising is a 7 out of 10. That's a good game. I put it up there with like a Horizon Zero Dawn or a Days Gone. Open world games that have one or two great things going for them, but overall are, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into after 10 minutes into the or 10 hours into the game. It's the same shit, even though it's kind of unique and different. Like it's not like copy and pasted like Assassin's Creed, but I just have no motivation to get back on the game at this point. The story's not motivating enough. It's not entertaining enough. The combat, I feel like I've already fucking mastered. There's nothing that can beat me. I'm bored of it. Um, and the puzzles are just relentless. I just can't. And like I know the ending of the game is gonna be one giant, even more giant than all the other dungeons with puzzles. It's just I'm tired of hour-long puzzles, and that aren't even hard. It's just they're there. They should have really condensed it. I know this is one of those smaller open world maps, especially compared to Assassin's Creed. It only has 4 or 5 areas in the game, but I actually would want it to be shorter, smaller. But then again, that might be because I went and did a lot of the side activities, which was really fun to do. I'm just burned out on the game. My final verdict is 7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think or heard of Immortals Fenyx Rising. I do recommend it, but on a sale of like $20 to $30, and you must know what you're getting yourself into. Tons of puzzles, tons of satisfying combat, really satisfying visuals and areas and locations, um, but a lot of puzzles and just kind of repetitiveness after like 15 hours or so. I don't know. It's unique. You also got this shit about taming animals. That's cool. You stole that from Breath of the Wild too. Um, but I honestly almost forgot about it halfway through the game because I was just I don't know, a lot of weird stuff in this. I do like it. It's probably the best Ubisoft game out there in a while, but still not my favorite. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.